The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 213 of our daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Red Good Pals Chancers playing cards. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. Like I said, here we have the Red Chancers playing cards from the Good Pals Chancers, still fully sealed. So, first we'll pull this tab and crack them open for the first time. Now that they're open, as you can see, it's a red matte finish tuck box. On the front it says Good Pals, Chanters, Playing Cards. And you kind of got the crown there with some poker chips and the skeleton hand holding some cards. And you got a little kind of off-white kind of little border going around with some poker chips in the corners. On the side it says Chancers, Playing Cards, with more of that border with the poker chips and some crowns. And on the other side has some poker chips and then this little skeleton logo with the skull with the crown, like the little Good Pals logo, kinda. And it says Good Pals Playing Card Co. On the bottom you got the Cardin logo there. And it says Chancers First Edition by Good Pals 2022. From the Cardin, and you got the Cardin's website there, and it says designed by 47 Kills, manufactured in the United States, in the USA. And on the back you have a sneak peek of the back design. Then for the seal, there is no seal, so no seal there. On the top, it's just that little border design again with the poker chips. On the inner top flap, because there's no seal, we're going to just pop it right open. It's just that matte red finish. And then on the inner top flap, you got more of those skulls there. You got the one with no crown and then the one with the crown. And then if I take the cards out of the box, and I don't just drop one, and then on the inside of the tuck box, it is plain white. Nothing too fancy or crazy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with that back design. Here we have a mirrored back design with the standard white border going around. And it has like that kind of bicycle inspired, is kind of like inspired by the bicycle back design. Where it has those circle designs in the middle. And then that kind of similar style kind of border going around. Inside the circle designs we got the crowns there with the skeleton hand and some playing cards with some poker chips and some diamonds there. And it is a red and white background. And then for the border going around, kind of got some oh yeah, and then the middle part there is like the roulette table. And then now for the border going around, you got some slot machines and then some more of those skulls with some diamonds and some poker chips. And then you got more roulette table and then some horseshoes there. And you got the crowns in the corners, that little kind of dotted border going around. It's a mirrored back then, so you can flip it over and it's the same design in both directions. Now for the cards you get with the deck. Here we start with the first Joker, and it says Joker, Joker in the corner. And it says, it's not the cards you're dealt, but how you play the hand. And then it says Randy down there. And it's kind of you got some oranges, some reds, some off-whites, and then some black colorways. And then for the second, I guess the cards are upside down. For the second Joker, you got so you got two identical Jokers. Then we get straight on to the Ace of Spades. And you got the big spade there in the back with the yellow kind of outlined border or a little pinstripe around the inside border of the spade. And then you got the two skeletons there playing a card game on the table. And then the skeleton has an ace in its hand. There's ace on the table there. It says Chanter's playing cards at the bottom. And you got the custom spade pips with that little outlined white border, little white outline around it. And that design goes throughout the rest of the spades. You can see it a little better here, where it has kind of that white outline around it. that goes for throughout the rest of the spades. Then you get to the Jack, Queen, and King of spades, and they're fully custom. The core cards are fully custom, and they're all skeletons there. You got the skeleton Jack, Queen, and King there. They all have poker chips around them, and they're in that red, orange, and white colorway. The diamonds still have that same white border going around, and they're custom, slightly custom diamond shape there with that white border. Same thing for the court cards, Jack, Queen, and King, fully custom once again, in that skeleton design with the red, yellow, and black. Yeah, red, oranges, yellow, white colorway, with the poker chips falling around them. Then you got the clubs. Club design is the same with that white outline border and the custom club design. Then you got the fully custom court cards again in the skeleton design, in that red, yellow, and black, red, yellow, and white colorway. I guess more yellowish orange, but then the clubs are that custom club design, the outlined white border, and as you can see, I guess I got a misprinted deck. My deck is not complete. It is, as you could see me fully open these like brand new. So I've not opened these before, and I guess I got an error deck. So I'm not sure what I do about that. But I guess I got an error deck. You can kind of still use the cards, but they're misprinted, as you can see. That doesn't happen too often, but I guess it happened today. So I guess we got an error deck, and we got the Ace of Clubs with the big outlined white border around it. And then we got the Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts. Same thing with the white outline border around the custom heart design. And the rest of the core cards are still skeletons in the red, white, and orange yellow colorway. Most of the hearts have that same design. So it seemed like most of the cards were okay, except for the clubs. The clubs were the only one that got a little bit like damaged there. And then we kind of got a Good Pals like ad card there, which says Good Pals established 2021. The little logo there. It says compliments of Good Pals, Hotel and Casino. And then you got a bunch of links there for the website and Instagrams and stuff. On the back is the back design. Then you get an extra 3 diamonds. Well, now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And these are made by the United States Banking Company, so they should handle fantastic. Well, first we'll start. You can even see it right there, like the misprint. Even the back design's kind of like misprinted there. But anyways, first we'll get onto the spring. Well, I definitely notice for the first spring they're a little bit on the stiffer side. Yeah, they're definitely on the stiffer side. They're not like super bendy, but they got a little bit of bend to them. They're not like overly stiff to where you can't bend them. They're not like super bendy. So they're definitely on the more stiffer side. But you still can get some decent springs out of them. And the cards are going to be slippery when they're straight out of the box. So they will be slippery. But they can still spring pretty decently. Like those nice crunchy kind of springs with like the more stiffness to them. But they still have enough flexibility to get them to spring. But you're going to have to put a little bit of like effort into like being able to like bend them. But they still spring pretty decently. Nothing crazy or nothing. Now on to the fans. As you can see, they spread pretty evenly. You can see most of the pips and numbers. There's no real stickiness or clumpiness to the cards. Now on to the Pharaoh. They fell pretty smoothly there. And they interlocked their way pretty nicely there. Not like flawlessly, there's a few little gaps, but other than that, pretty smoothly. Now for a giant fan of the back design. And they just went everywhere. Well, now that I'm back from playing 52 pickup, that's never happened before, where all the cards just go flying out. Yeah, maybe a few drop here and there, but never had them all fly out. So I can confirm that the cards are definitely slippery, so you gotta be careful of that. But now back onto the pharaohs with the reverse pharaoh. And the reverse pharaoh is not as smooth. I kind of had to like slightly shuffle and push them together to get them to interlock away, but they interlocked away pretty flawlessly there. Now time for a giant fan of the faces. There we go. Now time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. Well, three flawless riffles in a row there. And then I jinxed myself. But the thickness of the cards help. Like, they're better when they're thicker cards for riffles. Like riffle shuffles and bridge shuffles. Just because it makes them more sturdy. And I'm not sure what's up with me today with these cards. These cards are just something else. Okay. Like I was saying, yep, the riffles, shuffles, and bridge shuffles felt pretty smooth with the few that I got to do. Yeah, they're pretty smooth. So no issues with the riffle shuffles. Now on to the few packet cuts. Well, the packet cuts felt pretty smooth there. And I tried my best not to let them slide in my hands. And they did a pretty good job of not like wanting to slide out of my hands too much. Now for the one-handed cut or straight cut. And now for the dribble. Not bad dribbles. They feel pretty smooth there. I feel like you got decent control over them. No real issues with that. Now for the spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, I gotta say, it's a pretty fun and unique deck. overall, the design is pretty nice design there. It's all like the kind of like poker and like casino-esque kind of like designs on the back there. And with that kind of like bicycle inspired back design, which looks really nice. With the red and the white. And then for the face cards, you got those slightly custom pips with a little outlined white border, which adds a little bit of touch to it. Then you got the fully custom court cards there, where they're all like a little skeleton there with the poker chips around them, which is nice and fun. And you got that usually a nice little ad card there. I kind of like that unique ad card. And then, as you've seen, once I get these all shuffled up, as you can see, the clubs, and you've seen the clubs, how they're like, you got like an error cut to them. Like, other than that, that's not the cardin's fault. It's more like the factory kind of error there. So, it's no one's like fault other than the factory, like, kind of slightly messing up, but most of the cards are still pretty good. Just a few of the cards are kind of off cut, but other than that, that does not take away from the design at all. So the design is pretty fun and fantastic overall. Great design. And you've seen the handling. The handle pretty nice. Nothing crazy or anything, but they handle pretty like a they handle like a USPCC deck. So high quality, other than that little mishap with the printing, but other than that, it's a pretty nice deck. They handle fantastic, and they look fantastic. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 213 of a daily deck review. This has been the Red Good Pals Chancers playing cards, and I'm the Canadian Card Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.